am exhaling a last chance after holding my breath, delaying my future in advance. The blown individual, the derelict, the world of us, lanes over the road smoking beyond the obstacles, trying to course a block. That's obsolete. I gotta complete my walk. Since I believe in faults, I'm not rushing it. When opportunities arise, best believe I'm touching it. I love to get that feeling of being able to feel. I had enough of being communication concealed. Now even the strong need to be healed, to become strong to begin with. But I can't share a meal if my food for thought go from moving to court because of something else in your skill. Psychology, that's like my company. My mind is on me, I gotta find the one key to define the godly in this divine comedy. I don't know whether to laugh or die, honestly. My words ask on behalf of the world, and the first become last and the last become first. Cause to be the first is nothing but progression, so I stay expanding from being the second. I gave devotion into implosion, but now I turn devotion into emotion. I was too open, I know now I gotta trap it. I am the world and the life, the axis. My words rise and the fact is, it's going so far that I can see the tactics of tomorrow. When I be the selector, the anti-election, the concept collector, and this confession will get the best of me. But never underestimate an MC who gave all that he had and then some. I know I'm gonna win, I never gave in to the tension. So in a sense the universe owes me one. I'm burning incense and stay overlooked by the sun. Cause Misto soon is the son of inspiration. My voice was nourished by the nation, transforming worries into patience. And now I'm waiting to turn it in exhalation. Exhalation. My words ask on behalf of the world, and the first become last and the last become first. Cause to be the first is nothing but progression, so I stay expanding from being the second. My words ask on behalf of the world, and the first become last and the last become first. Cause to be the first is nothing but progression, so I stay expanding from being the second. If people could feel what it feels like to die, they would redefine what they call being alive and realize that they really ain't. And they would now see how we are being restrained by ourselves. We need to kill the pattern, break out the cage and erase what had to burn. Learn that the time is always, and that goes from the soul to the social game. The time is not now, because the now wasn't yesterday. But if you said yesterday that the time is now, then it works. But if you say today the time is now, then yesterday is out of reach, and somehow it's worth. It's putting underserved, the quarantine, caught in between. I mean the four walls closing in until it ceases to exist. And to resist means more than beats in a fist, and to improve means more than just thinking about it, and to believe means more than just not doubting it. And I believe that I can improve. I win even the times when I battle myself and lose. Still the routine is like an illusion scene. 1/3 out of my days don't even matter. A shattering dream, my deathbed regrets. Inimical, cynical, I get stuck. Minimal, decimal. Yes, yes, y'all. The party is over once you hear the flesh call, and that is called system failure. I said that is called ignorance behavior, and tomorrow has the same qualifications as today, and today we didn't make no change. If people could feel what it feels like to die, they would redefine what they call being alive and realize that they really ain't. And they would now see how we are being restrained by ourselves. We need to kill the pattern, break break out the cage and erase what had to burn. Learn that the time is always, and that goes from the soul to the social gain. The time ain't now, because the now is not tomorrow. But if you said tomorrow that the time is now, then it works. But if you say today the time is now, then tomorrow's out of reach and somehow its worth gets an underserved limitation, with no room for inner interpretations. I consume this whole nation. I mean Sweden, in my belly you'd be safer. I would take her in and say words like revolution, contradiction and hurt. Now how long must we go on dying? Forever, but how long for the wrong reasons? See, there is no point of return, but a new beginning if the point of death comes first. Cause these days we're hoping to make it right, still delayed is emotion in which we fight. And I am not pleased with the rhythm. I let the government know I have a beef with the trust people give them. And me, I need to let go. I wanna take action and create a physical echo before more days go to waste, searching for the right time when the time is really always. If people could feel what it feels like to die, they would redefine what they call being alive and realize that they really ain't. And they would now see how we are being restrained by ourselves. We need to kill the pattern, break out the cage and erase what had to burn. Learn that the time is always, and that goes from the soul to the social games. You are now in tune into an experiment. Misto soon measuring the spirit in your heads, crushing the prejudice. Eyes off the sparrow, look in my direction, keep them on the snare flow. I'm on the wax and the wax is on the air, so relax and stretch out your mind if it's narrow. I don't care, yo, if your rhymes are gat. I'm so far out that you will mind the gap. What's that? Oh, you taking aim? Well, you ain't got the skill to take a shot outside of the frame, so I gave you a reason why to expand. Try again and again till you can reach my hand and then you grab it. Addict of moving on, didn't get you here just to see me be gone, so now come on, we up to my man's crib, the one who got my rhymes back like an ad-lib. My soul is his apartment, the rent it's low and it's close to where the heart is, and the windows they show a view of the future. No curtains, introvert works is a new try. Some crews ain't true because the truth hurts. They couldn't take that pain if it meant a better world. Cause hard-headed heads, they can't take the criticism. I know they afraid, loud mouths are whispering like a politician, calling her a bitch. And this girl, what you do, returns a kiss. Sometimes I wish I was just that strong, but sometimes I don't, cause I will get it on. The day that they push Misto over the edge, until that day I chill back with my mistress. We had sex on the emotional planes. That's the day that I asked her for a real name. Change, I froze when I heard it. She said to this body, you are still a virgin. And when we was done, she revealed fantasy. So now she got a fan within this MC, the one who came up with the concept for the whole world to use to battle itself. It's all so clear when I MC. We're more kings and queens than the ones on the throne will ever be. Like the weather I be changing, hopefully for the better. Yesterday I was raining, now I'm shining, glowing, illuminated. Firing flows into the nation. Here catch, then throw it back. Communication both ways, we really need that. So take this here topic with no charge and play it and explain it for the people in charge. They don't listen, you need to keep trying, or the revolution will be the planet dying. Also to the people that I might even hate, it's cool if you show me that it's not too late. Now at least I can say that I gave you the chance. I don't know for how long I can be the bigger man. This is the sound of Misto moving. I brought a friend along, let me introduce him till we no longer bleed from staying the same. Change, this is Sweden, Sweden, this is change. Yeah, Misto soon, expanding your social circles. On the mental side, civil is in the bliss side. I'm transmitting live via a plan, hitting your mind up against what I can stand. I rise, I'm a man, a rhymer, a contribution. I con through the music and I come to use it. Now the truth is more than one thing. So MCs like me have more than one thing to bring. So I bring it via a vast flow, through a piece of my mom's and a piece of my dad's soul, through a piece of peace and a fragment of war. Throughout that balance that is outweighing the norm. I've been out this way before and I know where it ends. Spirituality, so I travel again via any transportation. When I represent Sweden, they can't afford a nation, cause spirituality can't be sold. And as far as I'm concerned, my concern goes further, but it's still cold, so you better come close to pack up this jam way beyond your split roll. Cause if we're tight, we burn slow. So everyone that wants to take a shot can take a go. I go via fighting, I go on feeling, I go via writing, I just go on believing. I'm traveling throughout the passage, I'm getting back what I gave into my echoing action. Cause it's all a matter of your choice of weapons between me and my destination. My voice is the connection. My voice is the connection between me and my destination. My voice is the connection. I came to you via this culture. Hip-hop, I rap and I rock to get over. You understand, this ain't no wonderland. You in the world of us via my wonderful fam. Did you ever wonder who the fuck I am, yeah? I'm the one who wrote this cause I felt stranded. I didn't really plan it, but now I'm in Gothenburg from White Town via Malmo. I still ain't got the word, or maybe I have since you hearing this. Relax, have a drink here, I insist. We can go from the fire water by a handshake. By the way, how you like to beat my man, mate? Are you frustrated cause you can't let me know? Unless I guess this was a live show. I go against the grain with my migraine. My name don't fit in the main mind frame. I go via introvert brooks inevitable, via civil, inexorable. I stay in session, y'all, till I find a way to live forever, forever. Communicate from the cradle to the grave, not quite. From the cradle via the grave to another form of life. I'm traveling throughout the passage, I'm getting back what I gave into my echoing action. Cause it's all a matter of your choice of weapons between me and my destination. My voice is the connection. My voice is the connection between me and my destination. My voice is the connection. Last breath first is like standing on a line with the option to return. You don't choose that option. Last breath first is when something has to cease so that something else can be. Last breath first is...
Yes. Music, a perspective beyond infinity. The pedigree is probably as long as the last man on earth's destiny. Like the Bible, the people follow the scriptures. The mental pictures of individual thoughts, some musically resurrect us. Cause physically, my hourglass ran out of fucking time. But spiritually, my soul and heart resurrect in the form of a sound. Generation after generation, echo sort of reflection. Communication between the civilization and words is the connection. Music, the ultimate legal satisfying intoxication. Eternal breathing, feeding mind state elevation. Music, I'm religious, still blessing me mentally, progressing navigation, that eternal transportation. So y'all better look into your third eyes and just realize that the industrialized music is just confusing. Cause real music is an undefeatable survival. Cause this is a rap respecting of the dead man alive. I am unlimited, forever infinite. Life after life is continuous. Rhyme after rhyme to be the sign of the timelessness. I'll be the next to find.
I am unlimited, forever infinite. life is continuous. Rhyme at the rhyme to be the sign of the timelessness. I'll be the next define. I know what I got way before it's gone. I appreciated living before I moved on. Now I have been dead for 20 days and I never saw a higher price for one of my tapes. Now I enjoy this in my afterlife. I never spoiled it. I always had to fight to immortalize in this old eternity. It's learning me how to fly the skies, the rhythm and the words my wings. If you control both, then winning it lies within existing. It feels so close. If I am resurrected, you can call me the opening show. I float in the boombox, it calls my name. I anticipated this hall of fame. Now someone's analyzing my songs, but I am not alive to tell them where they went wrong. I outlived their wars and the world disorders, and I speak for as long as we are dissing orders. Now they'll make my life seem better than it was. No longer physical, but still you'll be in touch. And as far as you want it, I remain. Even when the social structure be falling in flames. But that's the future, and this the foundation of my thinking and how I convey it. I'ma forever frame it like death and birth. Let me just have a last breath first.